Hi everybody, this is Noelle from Petitti Garden Centers, and we're here at Casa Verde in April, and this is kind of our behind the scenes look at everything that's going to be coming out this season. Spring has sprung. If you look over here, this is veggies, so you won't see a lot of color over on this side, veggies and herbs, but they are coming. But on this side, you're gonna see a lot more color. So down below here, we have beautiful bougainvillea. We actually started growing our bougainvillea probably, well, years ago, but then just recently, we've got a really good system for bougainvillea. So they're all shrubby, beautiful, tight, and Taylor, I don't know if she'll be able to pan up above, but there's lots of hanging baskets of bougainvillea too. So, of course, tropical plant, really great for those sunny porches, patios, and decks out there. It can trail, it can climb. It just depends what you want to do with it. Great in a container garden. And then, of course, you can bring it in late in the season, like let's say mid-October, and it'll be ready to go. Okay, Taylor, let's keep going. We've got beautiful New Guinea sun patient combinations. So these are all the large flowering sun patients through here. Look at all of that color. So there's probably close to 14 different varieties of sun patients that we grow. Again, great for sun or shade. You can place these pots anywhere you want to grow color out there in the garden. As we said, bougainvillea can grow up, and so some of our bougainvillea, we do have a little bit of a cage around them, if you will, for support, because those stems will keep on climbing and climbing and climbing and trailing over as well as we get through the season. And these are already, you know, pretty well matured, so beautiful, just coming out. Now, if you didn't know, bougainvillea, they don't produce a lot of pollen. So for those of you that are bee sensitive and, you know, are a little bit concerned about bees, that's okay. They still will attract most pollinators because of these little white flowers. So the white flowers that are in the center of bougainvillea, I'll show you. So the white flowers that are in the center, they have very long throats, very deep nectar that's inside there. So your hummingbirds, moths do like these, but you don't see very many bees around because there's really not a lot of pollen for these plants. So that's kind of an interesting little fact. Again, keep them out in sun because they really won't bloom and perform and really produce these beautiful, colorful bracts. They're kind of like poinsettias in the way where the foliage is really that colorful part of the poinsettia and the flowers, the little yellow parts in the center. It's sort of similar. The white are the flowers, but these are really pretty colorful bracts that kind of protect the flower, if you will. So neat plant. More colors on bougainvillea. This beautiful, like kind of sunset orange. I absolutely love this color. And then the whites as well, really fluffy and ruffled, just beautiful. But now we have something new that we want to show you, and we haven't grown these in several years. These are actually rose tree combinations, and we've used miniature roses, the Sunblaze Rose series, which is a phenomenal miniature rose, and you'll see them as shrub types. But we've got some Sunblaze rose trees this season underplanted with some annuals. So you'll see 3 different colors here. This is rainbow out front. Beautiful. It looks like a predominant yellow, but it will change colors through the season. You'll get the peaches and the pinks. And then also autumn. So autumn is this really pretty sort of, I don't know, like almost like a burnt coral, deep orangey coral. And then this one's sweet. So sweet is that beautiful, just blush pink, really nice. And then underplanted, there's some calibrachoa mixed underneath here. You're just starting to see the white, and there's some lavender calibrachoa underneath. And then also, I want to show you these. These are all petite knockouts. So petite knockout is going to be that kind of miniature, if you will, knockout rose. 18 inches tall, 18 inches wide, beautiful dark red color. And then these have some lantana planted at the base here, just starting to bud up. So those are going to make beautiful combinations. and the pollinators are really gonna love them too. So that's gonna be awesome. And again, these roses, the Sunblaze and also your Petite Knockout, very, very disease resistant, stay extremely clean throughout the season. You know, you can cut back if you want to, deadhead if you want to, it always helps, but you don't really need to. They're gonna continue to produce for you. So they're really just great, easy growing roses. And the same thing, they'll need some protection over winter, but you can keep the rose tree in the pot, pull it into the garage or into the garden shed, water about once a month, you're ready to go. I wanted to show you some of the color coming up in the quart annuals. And again, this is one of my favorite Senecio. It's in the Dusty Miller family, okay? And this is Angel Wings. So it is a large leafed Dusty Miller, doesn't have the cutout leaf form or leaf edges on it. Oh my gosh, it's such a cool plant. I love it. And I didn't get a chance to grow any last year. We sold out. So look for Angel Wings, folks. And then right next door is Nemesia. And Nemesia is kind of fun in the respect that it's a kind of an early bloomer. It has kind of a sweet scent to it. There are pinks and oranges and yellows in Nemesia. There's a real popular one that was called Opal Innocence that Proven Winners doesn't grow anymore, and I can't remember the name of the new one. But anyway, it has a similar look to Opal Innocence, but great early season crop. So these guys they like a little bit cooler temperatures. They like partial shade. So something to think about, and they can be fillers and they can be spillers. So they kind of fill in all those little tiny spots that you just want a little bit more color. They do really well in that instance. Right next door here, let me see if I can get a flower. This is Cathedral Deep Blue Salvia Farinaceae. So this is an annual salvia. We love the salvia family because it's great for pollinator attractant. The Salvia Farinaceae, so the dark blue, sometimes you see like whites and grays, sometimes lavenders in the salvia, and this is gonna get, you know, 12, probably 12, 18 inches tall. They're great for deer resistance. So if you do need, you know, some nice annual color, a little bit more deer resistance, you can plant the salvia with the angel wings. Oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's keep going. I know I've talked about this before, but we definitely have more of these this year because I think I asked to increase. This is your dragon wing begonia. They're still a little bit on the small side, but boy, it just takes a few days of really good sun and they really start to beef up and grow. So dragon wing begonia is one of my favorites. You can grow it in full sun, really to basically full shade, and it would still perform for you. They are a little bit more drought tolerant. They just have a really unusual vase-shaped habit as they grow up, but they look great in hanging baskets. They look wonderful in containers. They're big, they're bulky, so give them some space to grow, but oh my gosh, one of my favorites from back in the SeaWorld days. Ooh, and let's look at this. I was just reading about Bidens, and this is Nemid Early Yellow, and Bidens are one of the better annuals to, again, attract pollinators. So this is a great one, and you can tell, again, it's a daisy type flower, lots of little pollen pockets in the center of that flower, but beautiful sort of ferny habit, very low growing. So same thing, Bidens can be in full sun, typically can be that filler, and then also they can spill out a little bit. They don't make long trailing branches, but they definitely will hang over the edges of pots. So this would be a nice bright yellow one for it. Oh, and I was gonna say, I was wondering what this plant was because of the dark foliage from far away, but it's perilla. So this is Magilla perilla, and this is actually, perilla is in the basil family, which is also in the mint family. So when you feel perilla, it's got those square stems like a mint. And what's really interesting about Magilla is it was bred a long time ago. This is kind of a older variety, but still a goodie. where it was bred because of that beautiful burgundy, magenta, and green foliage. So it looks like a coleus, but grows a little bit more columnar, kind of like a basil does. Can get like a basil-like flower at the end. You're gonna wanna pinch those back so you keep getting this plant to branch, fill out, and grow. But it's really a tough little type coleus-like plant. It's really awesome. We're actually in the tropical section of Casa Verde, and I wanted to show you all of the Mandevilla that are coming in right now. So beautiful white trumpet-shaped flowers, again for full sun conditions, decks, patios, wherever you like. You of course can put them in the ground, but I usually recommend keeping them in their pot, sinking them into the ground. That way you can bring them out for the fall, and then you can transition them indoors over the winter so you can take care of them over the winter. But oh my gosh, look at these. Now, you want to see, Mandevilla will produce very, very long tendriling growth, that will climb. And if we let this plant kind of stay here over a few weeks, it'll start to reach up and hook to some of the hanging baskets above. It's amazing. We'll come this way a little bit. We have a lot of traffic going on at Casa Verde right now, but look at the reds too. Mandevillas come in whites, pinks, reds, but there are also, there's a new yellow, it's called Sunbeam, and also peach as well. So look at these red trumpets. Again, whenever you have a deep trumpeted flower, it's always gonna be great for the hummingbirds, again, the long-tongued moths or what have you. So just remember, trumpet flowers are always really great. And again, full sun. You rarely see them bloom as well in a part shade condition, or they would survive, no problem. Or a shade condition, probably survive, just not bloom for you. So make sure they get really good sun exposure, 6 or more hours of sunlight, and just give them some support. So you can tell they're just aggressive growers. They need to keep on growing up, or sometimes you can put them in hanging baskets and you can use them as that spilling type plant as well. They work very, very well in both situations. So I just wanted to show you a few more colors of the Mandevilla. This is pretty pink, so a little bit lighter, sort of medium pink, if you will. Beautiful. And then this is the brand new one. This is Sunbeam. And it's such a pretty sort of creamy yellow. The eye is a little bit more golden orange, but oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. Now, just so you know, some Mandevilla are a little bit lower growing, kind of bushier growing. Some are a little bit taller growing and produce really long tendrils. So just keep in mind, read your tags when you're looking at them, see which ones you like. Sunbeam is gonna be more bushy. It still will climb up a small trellis, but you're probably looking at maybe 3 foot tall. So it'd make a nice little centerpiece in a container, a little bit lower, if you will, or you can use one of the other ones that's gonna grow, you know, much taller. So that's always great. Let me place this one right here, and then we're gonna go, and we're in the warmer greenhouse, so you're gonna see palms and ferns and just a lot of tropical foliage, but I wanted to show you the flowering hibiscus. So let's go that way. Lots of ficus, Taylor pans. You're gonna see a lot of different ficus. Oh my gosh, gardenia trees, tons of this. Look at bananas, plenty of bananas. Taylor, check out the gardenia. Can you get in here? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's so perfumey in here right now, and it's humid, so it's holding a lot of the fragrance, and it's just really, really strong. Beautiful yellow hibiscus with that red eye. Look at the orange. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So lots of tropical color, and actually I might have Taylor, if we walk through this aisle, show you a little bit more of the tropical hibiscus. Now, remember, tropical hibiscus, again, just like the Mandevilla, just like the Bougainvillea, they really want that full sun condition. They want to be in 6 or more hours of direct sunlight. They have to have it in order to really produce for you. But they will survive in lower light levels. You just don't get the flowering that you really deserve. And continue to water, keep them kind of evenly moist, you know, continue fertilizing, maintenance all the way through the season. And you really can bring any of these indoors for the winter, but they need to go through a little bit of a cold treatment, usually around mid-October or so to the end of October. If they get a couple of cold frosts, that's fine. They'll kind of slow down their growth habit. You clean them up, you trim them, you prune them back to a manageable size, and then you bring them inside the house. So just keep that in mind. These plants, these tropical flowering plants, can grow year-round for you. We're in a new greenhouse here at Casa Verde, and the last time Taylor and I were here, there was nothing. In fact, there weren't even walls yet. So this is a huge difference since the last time we were here. But as you can tell, all sun patients down here on the floor, all different colors, all sun patients up above as well. Tons of different colors up there too. Some of our color your garden with sun patients. I just can't get over it. And then of course, if Taylor pans over to the side here, lots of spikes as well for different combination gardens and so forth. So yeah, we're so happy to be back here at Casa Verde this spring. This obviously tells you there's definitely more to come. Spring is here, and we're gonna get ready and grow here really, really soon. Enjoy.